30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right.
It is a city that traditionally gets much less snow than its Buckeye State rival up in Cleveland, but we are under a thick blanket of the white stuff here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Go. Go. 55. Let's go, baby. Turnover. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
He's coming. We got double up. 5.
They'll run here with Mixon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
60 or. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Off play action. Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down. It's Dixon, and across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Ready up. Quick is the mark. Hey, check. Tight end right. Tight end out. Hey. 4 down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, as he can really impact this offense.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the...
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
Ready, 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Double up. He's coming, double up.
Now Dixon, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in with Dixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Dixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did. Holding them to a field goal.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Dixon. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Come on, set, man. 16 out low. Shoot. Hatch it. Check 4. Squeeze, get in there. Ready.
He'll get this one to Switzer. He's got a... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Love. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Haywood.
To throw again, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Good job.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Leo.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mixon. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On 1st down, they go with Dixon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 20. 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw on second down. Love, Dixon, complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go, D. Here
To throw on third down. Love going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Check 6 guard.
Back to throw. Love. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Dixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Here we go. 60 orange. Yeah, let's go set lunch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, Charlie. 55 Mike, guys, 55. Go. Go. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again, it's Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Ready? 50-60 outlaw. Hey, eat. All day, baby, all day. 5.
Off the play fake. Herbert trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run with Dixon. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Steelers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Open man is Switzer, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Dixon. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Herbert. Open man is Ross, complete. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 19th touchdown now on the season, and the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. The extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run on 1st down. Dixon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
No. Shoot. Slam. Alert three.
They stay on the ground with Dixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here we go. 60 points. Here I come.
On third down, here's Dixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denying 3 points at the very end. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sean Davis with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
61. Matchbox. Light. Check. Tight dog. Watch twist. Watch the thing. Go.
Right back to Dixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back.